Hello. Welcome back. It's me, Doomlink. In Doomlink's infinite wisdom, he has once again made the decision to play Generations Ultimate. I guess saying once again has less impact for those who were not present for the live streams that I did of this game that never actually ended up being saved to YouTube. There are two, I believe. One of them was me being extremely vitriolic, and the other was me having a possible audio problem. Actually, those might have been the same recording. I don't remember, but the point is that there were two recordings that I did within the last month of this game that I didn't actually archive to YouTube. What I archive to YouTube are things that I want to exist for anyone to see over a long period of time. If in my judgment the recording is substandard, I'm not going to archive it for everyone to see. I'll archive it to a personal, discarded recording folder or something, just so that it's always there for my own personal consumption should I want to watch it again in the future. But yeah, it's not really being served up for reasons that I just made abundantly clear. Now, I should apologise for the fact that I haven't really been recording much in the last 2 weeks. I'm going to try and change that. It's something that does need to be remedied. For the reason that there is this expectation that I'm going to record things, so that will be happening. Alright. Again, I have been using my phone to monitor the chats recently. It's not necessary for me to do it when I'm playing on a separate screen to the one that I'm playing on right now, the one that is, not that this means anything to you, but to the right of my current display that I'm using. That's when I'm recording non-HDMI games, so I can actually use the other display to pass my PC image to that and then monitor the chat that way. Outside of that, I need to use my phone. I could alternatively use my delightful and trusty... Did I also say reliable? I think I said reliable, but that of course was sarcastic. My laptop, that's what I'm trying to say, my laptop.
What's he talking about? Can he just get to the point?
Well, sorry. The reality is that we are back in Generations Ultimate, playing it. Or at the very least, that is what Doomlink is going to attempt to do today. Deviant screams Americo. He wants to do Bloodbath G4. I do not want to do Bloodbath G4, so we shall move on. Diavolo in generic Chinese room. Now, of course, I do need to make it very clear that I'm not saying all Chinese characters are generic because they are unfamiliar to me. I literally mean that this phrase, this line, title, hub name, whatever you want to call it, is the standard one. It is the generic one. I can't read this for shit, but I can recognize the same line of characters when I see them time and time again. That is the standard. This one here, I don't know what the fuck that is, but this is the standard one, so just take it easy, okay? You don't need to get upset about me referring to Chinese as generic. The sun, also wyverns. Let's give this a try. Exactly. This is what happens when I dither. Let's try to be a little faster. Late night hunts with Kitana. Well, it was a full room, but presumably it no longer is. And I think that is now clear, given that it's not preventing me from joining. It is transmitting data and I'm now joining, yes. Unless I am the fifth hunter. Well, presumably they are coming back from a quest. Oh, here we go, we've got the... This is my crouch fire heavy pierce bow gun of choice. It's the Buster Lancera. In fact, this person is hopefully doing actual hunts and not charm farming. I'm not sure what Anthony and Yiren are... Are you shitting in my mouth? What has Kitana fallen asleep? Is that what's going on? And they were just like, alright, let's... they just completed it. Well, that's extremely fortunate because I was about to depart. And when I say depart, I mean from the room, obviously. Skyward Sword, says Tron. Thank you. That's definitely relevant to what's happening right now. Yes, that is the Samus armor. Or some kind of Samus armor. I don't know much about Metroid, I regret to say. Metroid is one of those series that I have always intended to play, but just never got around to it. And quite frankly, I'm less of a gamer because I allowed that to happen. I allowed myself to not play it. Now, I did technically play it, okay? I emulated it in like 2007. Which of the earlier games it was, I don't know. I'm assuming that it was a Super Nintendo Metroid. But I didn't play it properly, and obviously I don't even remember which game it was, so I don't really consider that to be a legitimate venture into the series. Tana, I'm going to Yeah, well, I can guess what that means. Oh, I see, Katana. But is Katana even here? My guess is that she is not. Like, really not here. As for why they departed without her, I don't know. What I will say is that I'm hoping that we're going to get into a quest soon. One of the reasons why I'm not that enthused about playing Generations Ultimate when I do sit down and play it is because of this sort of thing. It's the excessive downtime that is at play every time I sit down to record Generations Ultimate. The downtime is caused by a combination of issues. One of them is rooms such as these, where people are really not in a rush to get on a quest. Very interestingly, this is a recent phenomenon. Traditionally, in this community, it was the polar opposite to what I just described. It was, in fact, everyone pouring into the quest and just trying to get off on it. Not off on it. You know what I mean? They're not getting off on departing on quests. That would be rather strange, and I don't intend to, you know, impute creepy fetishism to the previous Generations Ultimate community. What I'm rather trying to say is that they try to depart on the quest as quickly as possible. That's how we speak English, Doomlink. Fucker. This is what I'm talking about. I mean, what a waste of my life. Seriously. And I do mean this room specifically. I wouldn't go so far as to say that what I'm doing right now is a waste of my life. That's probably an unfair statement. I missed your first comment with... Well, I think I can live without missing it, Tron. It didn't seem to be that, you know, earth-shaking. I used to have a Link armor set for one of my characters here. This is the thing. This is how you do crossovers. You don't do that stupid bullshit in Monster Hunter World where literally Geralt of Rivia comes into the fucking game. And then we have to pretend like that makes any fucking sense. What you do is you allow people to make the weapons of different games and anime and manga, which has been a standard, and as well as that, you can make, you know, the armor. Both armor and weapons, that's fine. That's all you fucking need. You don't need the Geralt crap. But anyway, that's a very long story. It's not appropriate for me to mention only that, because it is part of a wider argument. The, I guess, overall point of it being that World completely demeans the series, and it disrespects every person that was invested in the series prior to that point, and if people haven't worked that out, then, quite frankly, that's their fault. World and Rise. 5th gen as a whole. What the hell is this? This can't... I mean... I don't know what those characters are, those first 2 characters in the name of this person. But that can't be Chinese. That has to be some other weird shit. I've never seen characters like those before. Is it like a kindergartner's first attempt at writing traditional Mandarin? Like, what is going on? Silverwind G2 at this stage, and you know things are bad when I am willing to do Silverwind, I'm willing to do it. Hello, Crimson Gunner. Good to see you, man. And thank you for the resub. As usual. Fuck waiting for the other guy. As usual. For anyone who didn't see it, because if you blinked you might have missed it, yes, they had departed on the quest, so I had nothing to join. Help Pickle. From a guy who is sleeping. Okay. Well, at this rate, I can't blame him. This community really does induce that sort of condition. Alright. So it is, indeed, Hyper Devil Joe. I think the next time I record Generations Ultimate, I do really need to put my foot down and say that I'm going to actually have a quest to depart on before starting the recording. I'm sure some of you do find it entertaining for me to be here, you know, shit-talking every room that I enter. But quite frankly, I would like to play the damn game. I'd like more playing of the game to be included in the recordings, if you get me, so... yeah. I have a sneaking suspicion that I was explaining something previously relating to the community, but I had become so sidetracked by my own stupidity that it just, you know, it's gone now. The thread has been lost, and quite frankly, I'm moving on. Now, I don't really want to do Greatsword. I'm always doing Greatsword. I don't particularly want to use these weapons, Sword and Shield and Dual Blades, because they have lacking verticality, or at the very least, you're almost forced to just keep on attacking the legs, which can be helpful. You know what, fuck it, I'll do Sword and Shield. It's a little bit different. I don't often do Sword and Shield with Mr. Evil Jaw. I'm just going to call him Evil Jaw from now on, and people are just going to have to work out what the hell I'm talking about. I think every single person that I've explained this to, the fact that Devil Joe's actual name is Evil Jaw, I think all of them prefer Devil Joe to Evil Jaw, but I don't know. His name's fucking Evil Jaw, what can I tell you? Why did they change that? Like, it was already in English, man. And then they translate evil as written in English, but with katakana characters. They translated that into devil, and then they kept the Joel part, but sort of made it sound like his name is Joe. Like, hey Joe, Joe Blow. Yeah, Joe Blow, the giant green dinosaur. So, there you go. No, people called him Evil Joe. This is the thing, like, people didn't realize what the jaw was for. They had no fucking idea. This is the thing. When you've got something that's in Japanese that's intended to be English, it gets very interpretive. It is simply not a black and white situation of this is what this means in English when it's written in Japanese. In some cases, yes, but it is either contextual or downright up for any person's interpretation. There are examples of different words in English, for example, being written in the same way in Japanese using their alphabet. They only have a certain number of sounds that their alphabet produces. So when translating verbally an English word into Japanese, sometimes you can get a little bit of crossover. You can actually have the same Japanese verbal translation for multiple words. Now that's why things get a little bit confusing. Long story short, no one knew what the fuck they meant when they said jaw, but it's actually jaw. Like, jaw, J-A-W. No one furnished me with this information. No one was like, hey, guess what, Doomlink? It's actually jaw. You know how I worked it out? Intuition. No one's confirmed it, but it's fucking obvious that it's evil jaw. That's what it is, I'm sorry. It's not a headcanon, it's not a theory, it's obvious. Shut up. I don't know why I've just suddenly become very confrontational about that. But the least likely is Joe, as in, like, some guy's name, like Joe. But yeah, I mean, people just called him Evil Joe because that was easy. It's obviously not Joe, like Joe Blow. That's very odd. But it's obviously Jaw, like Evil Jaw, that's what his name is, so. Simple as that. We've got Mindy, Frailus, I don't care, and the guy who is sleeping. We've got a team together, ladies and gentlemen. I have not really evaluated the quality of the team. All I know is we're finally hunting. It is 16 minutes in, and we have begun our first hunt. I hope you are all riveted to your seats. And now you're about to get what can only be described as sensory overload as Doomlink actually plays the fucking game that he's here recording. Yeah. What joy. Why? What are you doing? Oh, I understand. He probably doesn't want to solo the Devil Joe while we're making our way to the monster. What? What are the chances of, after this conversation we've just had, a bot coming into the chat named Joe Sex? Joe Sexomt. Some weird ass name, but all I'm seeing is Joe Sex. You know, talking about me getting follows on Twitch. I mean, that's pretty funny. I think Joe Sex, whether he is a manned or unmanned contributor to the chat, could not have come at a better time. Really. Alright, the sleeping guy is already having a tough time. It is what it is. Look at that, I don't even need to shield because this Devil Joe must be pretty big. Because to be honest, you would imagine that the shoulder charge would get me, but he seems to be too tall. Is this an especially large Devil Joe? I actually can't tell. Anyway. I'm not going to sit here and agonize over it. We'll find out. In fact, having said that, no, I did say it. I finished the point, but I had yet to expand on the... What the fuck was that? Instant transmission Devil Joe. Well, look, Mindy, at this stage, I don't even know whether or not that was your fault because that didn't make any sense. Whatever is going on with your internet, you need to fix it. Either stop watching video pornography while playing Monster Hunter, or get new internet. It has to be one of those two possibilities. Because I saw a Devil Joe do a pinning attack, like on the other side of the fucking map. Well, other side of the area, I should say. Imagine if it was on the other side of the map, that would be pretty crazy. Anyway, the point that I was trying to make, before I got so rudely sidetracked by a teleporting Devil Joe, what I was going to say was that I'm probably going to forget to check the size of this Devil Joe at the end of the quest anyway, because I will have moved on from the point, and certainly, as I think has been made fairly clear, I don't actually care how big the Devil Joe is, so it's not going to be niggling in the back of my mind, and then as soon as I see, you know, the end screen, I'm going to be weak in the knees from the strongest possible desire to see the size of the monster. Yeah, well, you heard Devil Joe, did you know that? You do now. Yeah, it was instant transmission. Or if we want to use a Bleach reference, we could say that that was Sonido or Shunpo. I mean, it sort of depends. Whoever wants to decide whether that's Sonido or Shunpo is up to them. That's actually a rather topical reference, and I'll tell you why. Bleach is about to explode again. There's a new Bleach anime coming out. Whoa! So, yeah. It's funny, the likes of the big three in anime have really become something of the past. Naruto has degraded into this sad joke called Boruto, which, by the way, and again, no one fucking gets Japanese. Boruto is Bolt. That's what his name is. His name's Bolt. Just in case you wanted to know, I'm not going to have an argument with anyone about it. His name's Bolt. Shut up. Now, you've got Boruto, you've got One Piece. Either you started from the beginning or you didn't. So, a lot of people do find themselves unable to get into One Piece because of how ridiculously large it is. I don't have that problem, actually, because I did start from the beginning, and admittedly the last time I actually watched One Piece while airing was over 10 years ago, but I'm catching up with the manga as we speak. I'm at chapter like 650 or something, so yeah. I'm getting there, slowly but surely. And then obviously Bleach stopped airing quite some time ago. But it's coming back. The big three revived, ladies and gentlemen. Now we just need a Naruto reboot. I mean the original Naruto. Like Tatebaya! But the kid. I want to hear some childish Tatebayo. Except he doesn't say yo, he's like, yeah! Tatebaya! I hope you all enjoyed that, because you're never going to hear that again. But, fortunately it has been basically immortalized on the internet, so you can go back and listen to it as much as you fucking want. Well, I don't know, but that's your big three perhaps, but yeah. You never watched Bleach A-Gaming? Well, this is the thing with Bleach. The only way to enjoy Bleach, the only way to consume it in a way that's going to be enjoyable, is to get a list of the filler episodes and skip them, or read the manga. Those are your options. But I feel that with something like Bleach, you absolutely have to watch it, because the fights are just better when it's animated like that. I'm sorry. Like, I don't get much out of manga fights. I just don't care. It requires a little bit too much imagination. It would be easier to read a description of the fight than to try and make sense of random storyboard-esque frames of a fight. It's shit. Now, different manga authors are better than others. Let me rephrase that. Some are better than others when it comes to communicating it through still images, but generally speaking, it's fucking shit compared to anime, if you're going to look at a fighting scene. So, yeah, watching Bleach is worthwhile. You just have to avoid the fillers. The fillers are terrible, they add nothing, they subtract a whole lot, and it just makes the anime bad, as opposed to good or amazing. It's bad. So, yeah, that's why a lot of people have issues with Bleach. It's because it's stopping and starting all the time. You know, things are going on, but there's time for another filler. It's like getting hot dogged by the fucking show. But anyway, and Naruto is very much the same. But I'm going to try and get off that subject because I might get on it and not get off it. Well, I'm already on it, but my overall point is that I might not actually get off it. That was my concern, and I'm glad that I've now apprised you all of that. Right. Well, you know, you're either into Bleach or you're not. It's not for everyone, admittedly. Although, it's a bit odd that you're into Dragon Ball but not Bleach. Similar sort of thing, but whatever. Not saying it's literally the same shit, but similar idea. The idea being that it's designed to create context for confrontation. You know, confrontations and battle and all of that is kind of the point, and it's all about creating a story to give reason to the fighting. So, at least that's the way that I look at Dragon Ball and Bleach and all those sorts of shows. I mean, I'm sure some fucking person is going to say that the story changed their life and all this, but, you know, it's about the fights, shut up. Now, as far as this fight is concerned, when I say this fight, I do mean, you know, the fight in the game that I haven't been talking about at all during this hunt. I've been hunting entirely subconsciously. I've got no idea if I could have been doing better. But, you know, subconscious Doomlink generally plays fine. He's not min-max, but he's, you know, he's doing alright. He's keeping himself alive and he's dealing as much damage as he can. Subconscious Doomlink is the guy who... He's the guy from a number of years ago who learnt how to play Monster Hunter subconsciously, and now he comes back every now and again to do what he can for conscious Doomlink, but anyway. I have actually found in certain situations that when I consciously play Monster Hunter, I play worse than when I'm totally distracted and not paying attention to what I'm doing in-game. So, one of the benefits to subconscious Doomlink's Monster Hunter play is that he doesn't overthink situations. He acts on intuition, which, incidentally, is better because sometimes my... what I actively consider to be a solution to a risk or a problem in combat, consciously, is a dumb fucking idea and my instincts know better, so... yeah. And did we get a tail cut? I don't know. I must have hallucinated that. What? I don't know which schoolgirl you're referring to, Tron, but thanks for letting us know that she's hot. Really helps to know. Oh, here we go, I've got a stomach opportunity. And I've also got a sword dance opportunity on said stomach. Let's go for the kill. Let's be men. Look at this. Oh my god. Nice going. Again, I made no evaluation of the quality of the team that I had, but it must be said that that was pretty good. I don't believe we had a death. I didn't see one. If there was a death and I didn't notice it, that will give you an idea of just how distracted I was from the fight. But I'm pretty sure we... oh no, we did have one feint. I didn't notice it. That's fine. Chaos oil. I just inserted myself into the esophagus of this monster. And then I cut its insides with a sweeping roundhouse slash. There were 2 feints, we had insurance. Well, god. I'm glad. I didn't realize we were cutting it so close. Again, it goes to show how little I was paying attention, but... yeah. Now, hopefully I contributed alright. I suppose you could say that I contributed by not being one of the people who died. I got a mantle. Is that what it's called? No, it's called a crook. You silly Doomlink person. But calling it a mantle would not serve to confuse anyone, unless they happen to not know what a mantle was either. In which case, it wouldn't be a matter of being confused, it would be a matter of not knowing what the fuck I'm talking about generally when discussing the game, which would be Tron. You know, I'm not targeting Tron, but he's here for me, not for the game. At this stage, which I appreciate. I suppose this is a Deviljho room, and although it saddens me to say, I'm not here for Deviljho at all. I was here for a hunt, and I'm happy that I helped him with one, but I'm not sticking around to do more. That was enough for me. Good team, but I'm not doing the same hunt over and over again. Mononoke. Okay. Stonefist Hermit, screams Mononoke. Well, thank you. What fucking level of Stone Fist, asshole? I'm not doing high rank Stone Fist. Could you at least be slightly more informative, rather than screaming at me? Stone Fist Hermit. Well, I don't know what rank, and I'm not going to waste time finding out. Shit! If you're referring to Prowlers as a weapon type, I agree. That's a very appropriate name for a Prowler. Sam. Okay. Brachydios event. Well, I know what's going on there, and I'm not partaking. Whatsoever. Paint it gold. Fuck off. I'm not doing Gold Raytheon. I assume that's what it is. Turns any, screams Andrade. Okay. Well. He's definitely exciting. No. Or excited. You don't know what a mantle is in the context of the game, Tron. It's a rare item. Does the word mantle immediately jump into your mind as meaning rare item to you? If it does, then I guess you do know a bit about Monster Hunter, but it probably doesn't. God damn it. Are you having a laugh? Hi, fellow hunter. Yeah, hey. Please tell me this is a arena quest that 999 G's says based. Well, you know what I would say G's to? The fact that you've opened a room up to 4 people and you've posted an arena quest that 2 people maximum can join. Also, if you want me to say G's to something, that fucking armor set. What are you making? Are you making Lao Shan Lung, Valstrax, or Astalos? Commit to one of the 3. Don't create this armor set. Works, just relax. Don't leave immediately, don't leave immediately, let's pressure them into posting something else. This Andrade person, hand on heart. I don't think they realize that this is a limit. It's limited to 2. Am I really wasting time explaining this? Let's do this, says Andrade. You discourteous little cunt. It's 2 max. Can't believe I'm having to write this. What hole did you crawl out of? Do you know what an arena quest is? Yes, there are some that have 4 people available. I like after having to... Wow. So let me get this straight. This person seemed to think that I would be able to join, but once I made it clear that I couldn't, that person hesitated not even a little bit in departing without me. Well, guess what? Don't make a fucking room for people to join and waste their time when you're not going to post a quest that we can all do. Okay, this is why you've made an online room for 4 people to join. It is so that 4 people can join in. You are wasting everyone's time. And you don't care because you are an inconsiderate waste of space. And should probably reconsider the communities that you join, because all you do in being part of the Generations Ultimate community is depreciate it further than it already has, which is to say that it has gone from rock bottom to now digging into the ground, courtesy of your involvement in it. You fuckwit. Alright. Royal Guard. The Royal Guard. Yeah, at this stage, I'm up for anything. Sorry, did I say I was up for anything? Well, that doesn't unfortunately mean shit. People are still joining late night hunts with Kitana, who, again, he's probably asleep. So that's great. Dread King Rathalos, well, again, I'd love to know the rank. Again, I'm wasting my time, but let's just do it. Let's see. Maybe it'll be a G rank one. Maybe I'll be lucky. But it never is it? It never is. Alright, what have we got, man? Of course you'd post it after I've joined. It'd be nice if you'd posted it sooner. What is it? I mean, it's It's capture, and I don't like capture, but at least it's fucking G rank. Oh my god, let's do it. I do hasten to add that I don't want to do capture quests. There are many things I would sooner do, but looking for an alternative room to this one is not one of those things. So I'm joining in. I'll bring a greatsword. Let's use Teostra del Sol. I'm in the mood for some Teostra del Sol. Which incidentally used to be a fire greatsword. Hey, Larry is joining in with me in trying to find a room that's worth a damn. He obviously realized the previous one wasn't worth a damn because it was being hosted by someone who would be better breathing from a petrol hose, but, you know, at least we made it into a room that possibly is worth being in. Alright. I need the Nintendo Switch keyboard. No, I fucking don't. The Switch is compatible with any USB keyboard. Except wireless ones. You know what's hilarious? The Wii U, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're sitting down. The Wii U is compatible with wireless keyboards. Switch? Nah. Nah. Not compatible. At least not with the ones that I've used. So, and by ones, plural, I actually mean one singular. The wireless keyboard that I use with the Wii U doesn't work with the Switch, so fuck me sideways, I guess. Yeah, thanks, Nintendo. So actually, there is... You know why? You know why it's probably not compatible? It's probably so that people go out and buy the fucking Nintendo Switch keyboard. Awesome. I see no other reason why it would work for the Wii U but not the Switch. It just... To have less functionality makes no sense. It's probably intentional. I didn't notice that we had someone here named ABC. Look, if you don't have any ideas for a Hunter name, just go with Hunter. That's better than ABC. And Hunter's not very good, but at least it's relevant to what you're doing. You're hunting monsters, so you are Hunter. I mean, that is an appropriate generic name to choose if you literally have no imagination whatsoever. But ABC? I don't know, man. Go for it. Alright. I'm going to paintball you, Mr. Dread King Rathalos. I'm filled with dread. Well, it'd be nice if I could actually get my... Did I miss 2 paintballs? What in the precise shit is going on? I can't even paintball monsters anymore. Yeah, just do it. I don't care. What was that? Some sort of expression of exasperation, most assuredly, but it didn't really add anything. I do enjoy your fireballs, though. Nice and big. You sound weird when you roar, though. Settle for level 2. Sometimes you just don't fucking shield it. You've got high grade earplugs, you dork. I don't really think I can... No, I can, I think even in this scenario, count on lag compensation dealing the damage and then therefore getting a flinch, even if I've physically missed the monster on my screen. But it didn't happen, so there's no need to hope and pray any longer. Yeah, well, next time run towards me so that I can hit you, okay? Just do that, don't question it. Yeah, we get the point. You're a dragon and you're flying around. If you could just get back on the ground, and you are back on the ground, so I guess it'd be nice if I could catch up to what's going on in the damn fight. Larry is taking all of an eternity to get into this fucking area. I think he's lost. I don't think he actually knows what's going on. I don't think he's just lost in the map. I think he's lost in life. He's possibly only now trying to come to terms with the fact that he's playing a video game where we hunt monsters. Once he works that out, maybe he can begin to work out how to get to the fucking fight. And then as far as how he's going to contribute to it, well, God knows how long it's going to take for him to work that out, but at this stage, I'd like to at least have him as a distraction. Fucking Larry. And here I was thinking that some form of solidarity had been established between us, by way of the both of us having to deal with our time being wasted joining that previous room, but now this guy has shown himself to be nothing short of a cock, because I think I've worked out what he's doing. He seems to be gathering instead of contributing to the hunt. Not to state the obvious, but gathering quests exist for a reason. Or he could just be totally lost. I mean, somehow I don't think so. The level of stupidity that one runs into in the Generations Ultimate community is almost without parallel, but that is not possible that he's actually lost and unable to find where we are. He's just doing his own thing because he's inconsiderate, totally unwilling to contribute, and would probably be better off, I don't know, urinating on an electrical outlet or something, I don't know. Is that double poison? It is. Whoa. Well, thanks for the life powder, that does assist me in some way. Well, thanks, Larry. You've really been helping out. Are you gonna join this room, or are you gonna avoid it? I think we've found our answer. Avoid it. It wasn't a case of me finding the answer, it was a case of me already knowing the damn answer. So I don't know why I asked the question. Whoa! Larry is here. Never mind, I stand corrected. He has decided that he wants to contribute to the hunt. That's mighty generous of him. He's in a charitable mood today. He's going to contribute to the hunt that he joined. So far I've seen him jump in the air. Haven't seen him land a hit, but he's jumped in the air, so at least he's physically doing something. Alright, now he's hitting the monster, sort of. Larry gets the mount, he's contributing, oh my god. Good old Larry. That Bullfango fortunately has a very frontal hitbox. That worked in my favour. I do love the functionality of 4th gen Greatsword. I've been playing a lot of 2nd gen recently, and it's nice to return to a Greatsword where you can roll and then swing out of the roll, and also do a roll forward slap, and also do smash charges. I mean, it's nice. I think it's good. Well, that was nice. I think that was successful blast build-up. Probably. Whoa. I do love your fireballs. I've said this twice now, but for further impact, I'm saying it a second time. Could not have been closer to being hit by that tail. That really was a hair's breadth from hitting me square in the face. Speaking of hitting me square in the face, that is precisely what that fireball just did. And while it did hurt, it was not actually life-threatening. neither in-game nor in real life. While I am having a whole lot of fun chasing after you, I am a little bit worried that we might fail the quest by killing him instead of capturing him. What I'm going to do is put down a trap. Setting down a trap. Let's hope that he's capturable. Are you shitting me? Can I get a new team, please? I'd like a new team. Oh, that's right. Larry didn't contribute in the first area, so that's why he's not capturable. Had Larry been contributing from the start, maybe we'd be done by now, but no. That is actually not what's going on. Yeah, had I remembered that Larry was being Larry the Leech during that first area, I would not have attempted the capture. Larry the Leech is, well, at least he's actually hunting now. I am worried about accidentally killing. That hurts. God, that's a big explosion. What are you doing? Are you doing around the world? What's happening? No, you are actually leaving the area. Very well. Moonbreaker and Crimson Slash are ready to be used at any time. Brimstone Slash, I have found, is much better to be used as a counterattack. Oh, goodness me. It can be very risky to do it, because the thing with Brimstone Slash is that you will take full damage. You won't be flinched, but you will take full damage from the attack that you have used as the counter. But I still find that it's better to do that. Let me try to... I'll try to counter... Well, I did actually press the buttons required to use Brimstone Slash, but it just didn't happen. So... Don't run out of stamina, mate. I don't feel like getting caught up in another explosion, so I've gone and done that. By that, I mean getting out of range. I'd say that's helpful. I wonder if wind press counts as something that will trigger Brimstone Slash's higher power. There are so many ways to describe that in a more articulate and less confusing way, but unfortunately I did not arrive at any of those alternatives when I made the attempt to explain that to my dear audience. So, if you are confused as to what the fuck I was referring to and talking about, I'm sorry. Can I get out of this explosion range? Yes, I can. Well, I didn't intend to go so far as to leave the area, but I suppose that is one solution. I'm fine with that. Why haven't I done Moonbreaker in this time? I don't know. Can you get out of there? Okay. Again, I think everyone realizes that you're a dragon and you can fly. We don't really need that to be on display at this time. I think we would all rather you stop being an arse. You know, ABC, it's time for you to actually do something, and why did I even bother doing that? You know what I was banking on? That might have actually worked. I might have been able to deal the damage there. What I was banking on was that ABC, in his typical longsword Larry style. Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, the longsword Larry is in this room. I was calling him Larry the Leech. He's got a different name. He is a man of many personas. I mean, Larry the Leech, let it be known, beyond peradventure, is in the role of Larry the Leech as we speak. He is not contributing. He feels that he's done enough. He's hit the monster a few times, now he's back to doing whatever the fuck he was doing that wasn't related to contributing to the hunt. But in addition to that, he is also Longsword Larry. That is who he is. So, yeah. He's a man of many faces, of many names, and of many... Well, I was going to say fames, but that's weird. Can you get over here? Not only are you flying in the air, you're flying over something that we cannot physically traverse, so you're being an asshole, and I would like to ask that you stop that. Alright. Blah. I don't know what that was about. Another expression of exasperation is what I would assume. But quite frankly, I'm not in the position to assume, given that I was the one who performed said expression. It should be well known to me what it was actually meant to convey. Unless, of course, Doomlink is just doing random things, which is also of material possibility. I wonder, and I don't think this is the case, but it is possible, technically possible, that the explosions produced by Rathalos can harm him, but probably not. That would be a strange oversight, wouldn't it? That would basically be that would be far too forgiving for the Hunter. And it would be far too forgiving of Capcom. I don't think they would be doing that. But realistically, I don't fucking care if he's a fire dragon or whatever he is. That's gotta hurt. I'm not saying that it's calculated as such in the game. I'm not actually going to have a conversation about that, because if we were to pursue the point, it really would be bordering upon a truly pointless and retarded discussion. But, and that is because the reality of the situation is quite obvious, it is clearly not calculated as damage for the Rathalos, but it would make sense if the game were realistic for Rathalos to take damage from it. Okay? Are we cool? Are we on the same page? Good, let's move on. Because that wasn't exactly what I would call a most scintillating point. That was more like, you know, a pointless rambling of more or less nothing. You know how certain sounds, and I said that I wouldn't discuss my speakers anymore. It should be well known to all at this stage that my speakers suck. But, you know how certain sounds with my speakers create what I've described as, you know, a pot being smacked with a wooden ladle? Well, or just a metal ladle, a ladle of any sort of description, it doesn't matter. Some sort of object striking a pot or something. Well, apparently when Rathalos falls over and makes the noise he makes when falling over, which I would assume is a groan or a cry or something that would denote pain, yeah, it sounds like someone hitting a pot with a spoon or a ladle or a whatever. I'm not going to get into the many terms that one could use to describe kitchen utensils designed to carry liquid or to stir. But any of those things would produce the sound, at least roughly, akin to that of what I've just been fucking listening to. Why is this quest still going on? Is this actually the worst team in the history of Generations Ultimate? I can't believe this. How the fuck? I mean, have these people forgotten that it's a capture quest? Because at this stage, I mean, the hunt has gone on for so long. How is this possible? Larry, you've left me with 2 people who are not dealing damage. Now, that's not to say that you're dealing damage either. Well, obviously you're not dealing damage because you're not contributing, but even if you were contributing, my point is that there is no guarantee that you'd be dealing damage, but overall, I'd love to know what you're doing. At this stage, it appears that you're doing nothing. You're literally standing there still. I don't know if you're so lacking in confidence that you're going to be able to fight this monster without dying, that you are unwilling to engage it, or if leeching like this is actually somehow easier than playing the damn game. If this were my room, you'd be out of here. Why did I throw a fucking trank bomb? Yeah, it's possible that Brachydios does hurt himself slightly with his slime blasts. I'm not sure if that happens with this Dread King, though. It would be interesting to look into. Could you imagine, and I don't really want to imagine this, it's a little bit too traumatizing to even think about, but imagine if we killed it. Yeah, maybe I can get my Moonbreaker out. I got it out and got every hit on target, which is not what I was expecting. That was really against all the odds. I am officially out of cool drinks because this team doesn't just suck balls, they are an embarrassment to the hunting world. And they're probably world players. It seems that now Adam has taken a leaflet out of Larry's book and has decided to leech with Larry. Good on you, Adam51. Unless you're going back to camp to get potions, you had best get your ass back here, you naughty little boy. I will readily admit that there are better greatswords that I could have used than Teostra del Sol, but come on. This is not my fault. This team fucking sucks. You people are doing about enough damage to liken your damage output and your attacks as flogging these monsters with a warm lettuce leaf. So I'm actually in the shit right now. I didn't have the stamina to get out of there, and I wouldn't have been able to shield that, presumably. I don't think I would have been able to. You know what would be really nice? And beggars can't be choosers, but it'd be nice to have a fucking team. I'd love a team. Oh, Larry is at camp. I didn't realize. Well, Larry, you've definitely chosen to stand in the place that you are least likely to die in. Can you please press the right button? Thank you. I'm sorry that I've left you alone, ABC. It was not my choice. But Adam51 had to go and get potions because he's healed so much. He's done so little and healed so much that he ran. At least we've got insurance. This is one of the worst. In fact, this is not one of the worst. This is, without a doubt, I have no question of this in my mind, this is the worst G-Rank Deviant quest I've ever done in terms of team performance. This has just been woeful. Calling it an embarrassment would be an understatement to trump all understatements. We are 20 minutes into this hunt. Larry, quite frankly, can choke on a cock. I don't mean, you know, have difficulty breathing. I mean literally asphyxiate himself while deep-throating a cock. That is what he can do. And we would all be better off for it. So, oh, Larry's back. Okay, Larry is back in business. What I would guess is that he has now found new impetus to do some more mining. I don't think he's actually committed himself to contributing to the hunt, although that would be nice, but again, that would be, you know, this sort of unrealistic best case scenario, like, oh, Larry actually hunting. Imagine that. Good flash bomb, by the way. The positioning was absolute shit, but it's good enough for this game, so... I suppose the tenacity required to attempt it is worthy of congratulation on its own. You can hear my Discord notifications through What? Why am I being pinned? Why can you hear Discord? Are you ignoring me, mate? No, I didn't mean to send that. What do you mean you can hear my Discord notifications? What? Through stream. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not actually recording system audio. That's not possible. I think you're hearing your own Discord notifications. If you're somehow able to hear my Discord notifications, there is a problem, because I would have received a shitload of them. So, I'm fucking hoping not. I'm hoping that it's actually on your side. Could I get someone to confirm that? Because I don't want to deal with that. I do not want to deal with that kind of bullshit. But there is no recording of system audio taking place right now, so I don't know how that's possible. I'm really going to get pissed off if we've had that issue, but... Oh, is he capturable? Are we just going to go for it and hope that he's fucking capturable? Oh, well, the quest is over. And shockingly, it ended in victory for us. No, most assuredly, you should not be able to hear Discord notifications. Hello, Autonomic. Can someone please confirm if Discord notifications are coming through? It wouldn't make sense. The only things being recorded right now are my voice and the game. There's nothing else. Anyway. Well, thanks for the confirmation. I don't know how it's possible that you've been hearing them. In fact, you know what? Are they... Discord's not muted. Usually I do mute Discord so that I don't hear pings. How many did I receive? 11. I received 11 pings. Well, here's fucking hoping that it didn't come through on the stream, otherwise I'm actually going to completely lose my shit. I'll be seeing red, okay? If I watch back this fucking live stream and it's got Discord pings coming through it, even though there should be, like, there is no reasonable explanation as to why they would be coming through on the stream, I will not only be seeing red, I will go out and massacre hundreds of people to sate my desire to seek vengeance on humanity. Well, that's great. Just put a fucking thing in front of you. Well, whatever. Ugh. Why would Discord notifications be coming through? Well, I hope so, thank you. NPTH. Or NPTCH. Thank you for, much like your average Twitch user, making a name that's almost impossible for streamers to pronounce. But again, I thank you for the feedback and for your consolation. What is the next quest? Larry has the temerity to post the next quest. You people don't get it, do you? You people actually don't get it. Not only do you not understand sportsmanship, collegiate relations with your teammates, common decency, but you're also obviously pretty fucking dumb, just generally, to think that Larry is now in a position where he is deserving of posting the next quest after having failed to contribute for about 80% of the hunt. That was his choice. I don't know what happened when he went AFK at the camp, but you know what? I'm not going to give him the benefit of the doubt on that. I'm not going to assume that he was pulled away from the game by something that needed to be addressed in real life. I'm not going to give him the benefit of that doubt because when he was here, he was spending his time wandering around mining. So, fuck him. He has seen fit to wander around mining instead of helping us when you can literally do that in your own time. You can get a gathering quest and depart on it and do some fucking mining. Listen to some music. Watch a video. I don't fucking know. It doesn't have to be boring. I hate these people. I hate them with a passion. Fuck them. Please massacre me. Did I see your new emote? That's a pretty good one. That's really good. Nice going, Sean. Fucking hell, that's amazing. It's me holding a glass of wine and like staring at something with my mouth open. That's a fucking good emote. The best emotes are the ones that are not posed. And let it be known that, what were they called again? One is Loom Dink and the other one is possibly just Dink. I don't know. Whatever the two emotes that I officially have uploaded for people to use as subscribers, neither of those were posed. I mean, that's just taken, like those are just screenshots from when I'm playing the game that I'm recording at the time. And yeah, really, that's the best way to get emotes. I'd say like any streamer, I do have screenshotable moments. But yeah, that's very funny. Hold on, that one might have actually been taken from my server. Let me check. Because it's very similar to one that I screenshotted myself. I've called the channel Doomlink Paparazzi. No, it's actually not that one. The last one that I posted in Doomlink Paparazzi is probably an even more aghast jaw drop expression. But there's something quite funny about the inclusion of the wine glass in that shot. It's just funny. It's like, what it does is it gives the impression that I was going about something prior to something else happening. So like, I was probably here drinking my wine and then something weird happened, you know, that sort of thing. That's probably not how things happen, but that's the story that's created by the image, and it's nice. I think it's quite good. Nice work, Tron. Oh dear. I don't know how many emotes I can include, but if I can include a third one, I'll definitely include it. Because it's funny. When I saw the G rank, yeah. Dinkroll, that's what it's called, yeah. So Loom Dink and Dinkroll. It had been so long since I'd seen the names that I wasn't too sure. I'm not doing it. No. I'm sorry, I've got nothing against you, Gothic, but fuck no. I don't want to do either of them, and I certainly don't want to do both of them at the same time. So, it's not happening. I think I just saw Ricard. I read it as Richard because I've got dicks on the mind. No, I actually don't. That was a joke. But yes, we've got Ricard, something I can't read, and 13422. Why? Why would you just put numbers in your name? Does it have a secret meaning? I hope so. But my guess is that it doesn't. Fucking hell. Alright, let's do it. I don't mind doing this quest. I didn't realize that you had access to Valstrax in HR11. I thought that it might... It must be an urgent quest. Yeah, it must be his urgent into HR12. I had imagined that Valstrax was an HR12 quest, but it would make sense if it were an urgent. He wants to do his urgent. This may or may not be an appropriate room for him to post it, but you know what, let's do it. I was just making sure that he wasn't actually the room host. That would have been quite funny. Because whether or not it's an appropriate room for him to post it doesn't even enter into the discussion if he's the one hosting the room. So, there you go. I will bring Insect Glaive. I will select the one that seems to be best. I think that might be this one. Yeah, Fatalis Overlord. As long as it's not a Dragon Insect Glaive, I'm fine. Anyway. Lord, says Rakan. Can you relax? This is what I don't understand. People are so unobservant that they're not even capable of seeing the weapon change. I went from Great Sword to Insect Glaive. What that indicates is that I'm getting ready for the quest. Stop confirming whether or not I'm coming. Shut up and wait. Please. For the love of God. Ugh. At least he can see me now. He can rest assured that I am at least here. Fuck me. I know the trap's not going to be used for this, but I'm just fixing my inventory. It looks like I don't have enough stuff. What am I missing? Cool drinks, that's what I'm missing. Let's go and buy some. I'm not going to need them for this hunt, but the point is that I don't want to forget to get them and then be without them in the future. That's a bad move. Some people actually go so far as to check the quest, see if they need a hot drink or cool drink, and then add them to their inventory at that time. That is so not okay. I'm not willing to do that. So, what I do is I have both drinks at the same time. That way I don't have to think about it. But if I have failed to put those drinks in my inventory, it will be a problem, because what it means is that I'm not going to check the quest and then get something. I'm just going to join it, and then I'm going to realize when I'm in the quest, oh shit, I don't have drinks. So it's bad. Very bad. I think we want to go this way. This should be where Valstrax is. As far as I'm aware. Where are my colors? Stop getting orange. See how I delayed my roll and it still wasn't good enough? Fuck off. Because I know with that attack it comes right towards the end of the animation. Well, that's one way to get your white target. You'd think I was some amazing Insect Glaive user or something. Which I am, I'm just not bragging about it. Come on, baby. Don't be shy. How cool is that, really? You have to admit that that's very cool. That's what I love about this monster. This poor person. I don't know who put that down. I hope it was Ricard. He is partially excused for his ignorance, given that he is HR11, but please, it is indeed an Elder Dragon, and you cannot trap Elder Dragons, so stop. Whoops. Oh, never mind. I thought he was flying away, and I was thinking that I had chosen a terrible time to do an aerial attack with my Insect Glaive. He just doesn't fit the image that is conjured in one's mind when saying Elder Dragon. He doesn't look like an Elder Dragon, does he? But he is. He's more like the new kid, turning around, or turning up, rocketing around, and being the new kid. So much of an Elder Dragon at all, visually, as far as I'm concerned. Doomlink is a godly fucking Insectglaive player. Don't you wish you were as good as Doomlink? If you want to learn Insectglaive, you can buy a tutorial package, one-on-one, 20 minutes with Doomlink, how to use Insectglaive. Crash course, beginner's crash course on how to destroy every monster you hunt with Insectglaive. The Professional's Guide. You think you know Insectglaive? Well, you haven't received a tutorial from Doomlink on how to use Insectglaive. Learn more today. And when I say learn more, I don't mean learn more about the offer. I mean learn more about Insectglaive. Become a pro today. Anyway. Let's use Extract Hunter next time instead of manually getting the colors and showing off our incredible prowess and adroit skill when it comes to the use of Insectglaive. Because, you know, professionals don't need to prove it. They don't need to go out of their way to just, you know, stick it in everyone's face that they're amazing. It's good to show a little bit of restraint. It works better in social scenarios. Hello, Florin. Lord Ziyu is my name. Or Zhu. I don't know what the pronunciation is. I think it's something along the lines of Zhu. Zhu. You know why? Because I'm pretty sure it's intended to be the onomatopoeia of shushing someone, which obviously in English is shh. But I guess in Brazilian Portuguese it's Zhu, Zhu, Zhu. Something like that. That's what I think the XIU is. I could always be wrong, but I think it's meant to be onomatopoeia for shushing someone. Radahn shamelessly stole his iconic move, yes. I hadn't even thought about that. I'm watching Radahn do what he does in Elden Ring. I never once thought of Valstrax, which is odd. I guess it just shows that I'm immersed in the game that I'm playing instead of trying to compare it to things that I've seen hitherto. And he's fucking dead because he's Valstrax and he's an absolute pushover. He's not an Elder Dragon, he's a dick. He's weak. He's got nothing on a team of hunters that are dealing something in the way of damage. Doesn't even have to be a good team. As long as they're doing something, Valstrax will be utterly decimated. And I suppose another requirement would be that the team is level appropriate. That really is what I mean when I say something in the way of damage. It would not be something in the way of damage by my estimations if the person were to be, or rather the team were to be, a high rank team instead of a G rank team. Anyway, great discussion, Doomlink, thank you for that. Ugh. Valstarax? It's Varufaruk. Varufaruk. Now, keep in mind, there is no V sound in Japanese, so it's actually Barufaruk. Barufaruk. But I do the V because I'm, you know, fancy. I'm a fancy Japanese speaker who actually uses English phonetics when using Japanese to speak English words. Anyway, what's wrong with me? Ugh. Apparently I'm speaking Japanese today. Hajimemashite. Doomlink desu. Yeah. Can you open the box and press the right buttons when doing so. Thank you. Obviously, I've been playing a lot of Freedom Unite recently, so I'm used to X being the select button, but now I'm using circle and it's all kinds of wrong. What's Rakan posting now? He is under the impression that this is his room where we're just gonna do whatever he wants. Which is fine, I guess. Maybe he's not actually assuming. Oh, TY, he says. Is that going to be a farewell? Oh, I see. Our usefulness has been expended. He now no longer needs to be here. He's going to move on and do whatever he's doing now that he's HR 12. PR disaster. What's the... Doesn't include the quest description. When I say description, I mean the client comment. I wanted some context as to how this is going to be a PR disaster. Some guy spent a lot of time writing all this. A little story for every quest that we go on, but it's better to have that than no story at all, I suppose. There's probably some person out there, I don't know who it is, I've never come across them, and it is one person. It's the person who knows all of the little stories for every quest. Fucking hell. I know that they exist, there's no way that they don't. Alright, what was the quest again? It was a 2-monster quest. I've forgotten the monsters because I did not internalize that information. Let's check again. It is Raytheon and Clavernous. There isn't really a common weakness. I mean, there probably is. There would be some element that would be okay. I think I'd rather go status. What are they using? That's raw, that's raw. Well, status it is. I'll bring poison. I'm not in a death grip mood today. Sorry. Lunatic Thorn. I felt like I had to scroll for ages to get to that. I literally didn't know where it would be. But it makes sense that it's rarity 7. Oh, goodness me. I'm so used to going for Exchanger that I have to actively stop myself going for Exchanger. Obviously, now that I'm huntering 999, that's not going to help me. At all. That is the strangest way to write Lucy. Well, it's not a huge divergence from the standard spelling. It's just adding one letter, but still Lucy? Lucy. It's just totally unnecessary. You've added a letter in there to provide literally nothing. You've not helped anyone by adding that extra I in there. I'm so sorry if that's what's written on your birth certificate, because it's redundant. It doesn't even make the name look nicer. It's just, you sort of sit there looking at it for a moment going, what? And then you realize, oh, Lucy, because there's no other way to pronounce that. So it's literally just an I sitting there for literally no reason. Anyway. That's alright. Redundant fucking letters being included in names. Like Taylah for Taylor. Fucking hell, what is that? I've seen that a lot, actually. Remember, I went to school with a girl named Taylor who had that spelling. I went to school with a lot of girls named Taylor. But one of them had that spelling, and one of my friends, when she wasn't around, would refer to her as Taylor. Taylor. Which is exactly the point. I mean, why is there an H there? It's ridiculous. Anyway. It's not it's not the fucking recipient of the name's fault. But shit. If you're gonna name your child, please don't be an idiot about it, and furthermore, don't just randomly misspell it because it seems cool. Like, that's not cool, it's dumb. You can have an alternative spelling, but don't make it look like you don't know how to spell your own child's name, okay? Just try to avoid that. Please. Wouldn't water be good for them? Maybe. I don't really know what Raytheon's weakness to water is. I really don't think it's much. It'd probably be like 15, which is better than nothing, I guess, but I would prefer to go poison in this case. I don't like splitting into 2 groups when there's a double quest. I really don't like doing that. I'm here to hunt with 4 people, not with 2 people. If I wanted to hunt with 2 people, I would not have joined a room for 4 people. But that's what we're fucking doing right now, so whatever. Doesn't matter. I pointed myself in that direction so that I was not actually pushed further away from the monster. I had my back to a wall there when I turned, so that actually prevented me from being pushed away from the monster all that much. Because when you're up against a wall, you're not going to be pushed. Speaking of being pushed, that Apsaros got pushed and now he's dead. He got tail swiped. I absolutely hate Apsaros monsters with a passion. He's back up again. He's ready to fight now. This is the thing with Apsaros monsters. They think they're somehow going to help themselves out by getting involved in the confrontation. You know what? You should fuck off, because quite frankly, you're the only thing here that's not going to survive the confrontation. Well, no. What I mean to say is that there is no possibility of the Apsaros surviving the confrontation. You know, the Glavenus realistically can kill us, and then we fail. And obviously we can kill the Glavenus, but the Apsaros isn't going to survive, so just don't get involved would be my recommendation. If you could stop attacking me, that would be phenomenal. Like, really amazing. You know what I'd like even more? Having 4 people to fight this monster, because again, I'm not here to 2-man, but apparently that's what I have been forced to do. I've been foisted with the task of 2-manning this monster. Ow. Obviously went to the wrong side of the Glavenus there. This really sucks. I don't like this hunt. But I have to live with it. So let's keep going. This is the thing. I'm not doing that much damage on my own right now. I don't really... If I knew that I was going to be one of 2 damage dealers, I would have brought something better. You know, this Sword and Shield is not amazing. We're not in 1st or 2nd generation. Poison doesn't do that much damage. It's fine. It's still viable, but it's not great. It's not amazing. I would have brought something else. But you know what? Still better this than Paralysis. Paralysis would have just been a total waste of time, because Paralysis is only effective, or rather it's only as effective as the number of people and also the amount of damage that you're going to have from said people dealing to the monster. There are better ways to phrase what I just said, but whatever. What I mean to say is that you don't want to actually be using paralysis when you're one of 2 damage dealers. That is manifestly retarded. Please don't get thrown off. That is the first time I've failed a mount in a long time. And you know why that happened? Can't believe I failed that mount. That was ridiculous. It's because I chose to make contact with the audience at the worst possible time. Whatever.
Oh, dear.
I'm getting bored of this hunt. This is the thing, I don't want to be stuck here doing this for ages. At least he is poisoned again. That is one good thing. You know, I'd be doing more Mario Kart live streams if they didn't look like complete shit when uploaded to YouTube. Even on Twitch, they look like complete shit. Do you know why? It's because Twitch literally does not support a video bitrate high enough to have something that fast moving. It's entirely Twitch. It has nothing to do with me. And then when you upload to YouTube, you get YouTube compression on top of that. So it just looks like an unrecognizable mess. You can't even see what's going on. It's just pixels all over the place. I hate it. I'm not doing it anymore. I might do it when I can't any longer resist the temptation to do it, but you know, as much as I'd love to do Mario Kart, as I understand it, there are new courses that have been added to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I haven't actually done any of them, but yeah, as much as I'd love to fucking do that on camera, the recordings just look terrible. Thanks to Twitch being useless, and thanks to YouTube being even more useless. Well, Glavenus is hungry for some Raytheon meat. Fair enough. I'm going to grab that shiny. And I will then sharpen after that. Stop it. You've just eaten! You gluttonous creature. You just had a mouthful of Raytheon face, and now you want a mouthful of Doomlink face. You deserved that death. Fucking greedy. You've not seen non-Devil Joe monsters eat each other? Well, I guess it's just a matter of opportunity. The reason why you're probably more likely to see a Devil Joe eating another monster is because Devil Joe eats more frequently than your average monster. The situation just worked in our favor to see that. The Glavenus happened to be hungry, and he happened to enter the area with another dead monster, so he went for it. Surprisingly, that just doesn't happen very often. Because the thing is, like, what are the chances that the monster is going to be hungry when it's in that area with the dead monster? The chances of that are higher with a Devil Joe because he's always hungry. Not literally always, but he's quite frequently hungry. Because he's, I don't know, got a high body temperature or something. Something like that. God, I've still got 30 minutes to do. Sort of losing the urge to continue playing, but let's keep at it. I'll at least do 2 hours. I owe you all that much. I really do. Have not been recording recently, so I need to try and do a little better. What's our next hunt? Okay, well, I suppose I'm not leaving it up to the group to decide because I'm not sticking around. And neither are they. So, we've got, it's either T or Taya. You should never write Taya without an accented E. You need to do that. Because if you don't do it, it just says T. Sorry. It doesn't say Taya, it says T. I don't give a fuck what you think it says T. So you either put the accented E, or you fuck off. Those are your two options. LGBT+. So, fuck the bis, I guess. No support for bisexuals, those people are disgusting, but, you know, the lesbians, gays, and trans people are fine. They're great. Unfortunately, trans, well, let's not get into it. But the point is, that's weird. LGBT+. I guess in this case, the B is just included in the plus. That's what the plus is for. The plus is there because they were like, oh shit, there's too many. There's literally too many. We can't make one word out of this. What I would encourage them to do is to go back to LGBT. Please. And then just have the fucking plus there, because we don't need all the other bullshit written there. It's absolutely unnecessary. I get that you're trying to be inclusive, but the fact that you need to add a plus really does say it all, doesn't it? So just fucking shorten it back to what it was originally, for the love of God. We get it. Anyway. That hub hosted by Lord Zor seems popping, sure is. What's going on? I don't even know what's being hunted. Drill Tusk G5. Okay, do I really want to do this? I guess so. Let's do Switch Axe, because I hate Switch Axe, and apparently I'm feeling especially masochistic. We're going to equip the longsword set. We're going to manually change. No, let's stop. We're going to then go to Switch Axe and then manually select the Hunter Ounce. We want fire. Presumably. Unless Drill Tusk is not weak to fire. In which case that would be one way to cause great inconvenience. Drill Tusk. Do I have Drill Tusk armor as an option? Please tell me I do. Is Drill Tusk weak to fire? Am I really in this situation? Yes, but does he have a secondary weakness, or even a tertiary weakness to fire? I don't want to know what he's weak to, I want to know whether or not he takes damage from fire. Oh, I fucking turned off my keyboard. I'm going to evaluate how much damage is dealt. Oh, Kiraniko, I haven't used this in ages. There are better references, but sure. No, he takes 0 damage from fire. Brilliant. So, what the fuck am I doing then? Not fire, clearly. Let's do raw. We'll do blunt longsword. Blunt switch axe. We want Giganto Dasher. Hello there, says Frailus. Yo. How are things? Here we go. We want Trance / Demon Rite. I think it's in that order. If it's not, then I'll just have to use my eyes, which is rather novel. But I'm sure I'll manage somehow. It'd be nice if you could join. Thank you. That does not bode well for the hunt contained within, because if it takes ages to actually join up on the hunt, or join up on the quest, it means that your connection to the host is pretty bad. So, yeah, not nice. Not nice at all. Off we go. So, no doubt we will be fighting Zemtrios and... what was the other one? Snow Baron Lagombi at the same time. Really? I have space for hot drinks? Okay. Fine. Of course, if this were EX, we would not be getting items in the box, but it's G5, so they're nice enough to give us some. Oh no, it's on a timer. So we need to try and kill Snow Baron as quickly as we can. Shut up. The second one, of course being Zamtrios, will appear on a timer. But Drill Tusk will not appear until the first two monsters are dead. Okay, fine. Very good. May as well take this opportunity to reload the axe. If you could stand still, that would be helpful to everyone, not just me. But I suppose it's not in your interest to assist us in killing you. That would be strange. God, I hate Switch Axe. I know some people like it. Those people are beyond help. Okay. Don't quite know what you were achieving by doing that roll, but obviously in your own little world you thought that was helpful. What is that weird... It's like a puff of green smoke that appears intermittently when I hit the monster. What is that? A puff of green smoke. I don't even know what would cause that effect to appear on the screen. I think it's being created by my weapon. It is! It's being look at that! Are you seeing my weapon creating a fucking green fog? What's that? Literally, what is that? Is that like dust from the fur of the Lagombi? I actually don't understand it. No, it's actually not constant. It doesn't appear with every single impact, so what is it? What does it indicate? Is this a mechanic that exists in the game that I didn't realize until now? Look at it, what is that? What does that show? It's definitely not... Is it something related to low sharpness? I don't understand it. Maybe one of you know, I certainly don't know, so... It'd be nice to know. Stop shooting me, I mean, I was nowhere near the monster, so I don't know what you were achieving in that moment. See that fucking green fog? What is that? I'm very bothered by this. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Actually, I'll do Demon Ride. I should not have done that. What a stupid idea. I just squandered that. Through my own stupidity. Whoever dropped that smoke bomb, you are a delightful fellow. In fact, I know who did it. It was Frailus, because only Frailus would have done it. I'm too lazy to do that shit. But very nicely done. Very nicely done. That's really going to smooth things out for us. It's going to make things a lot easier. I'm just going to try and ignore the green puffs of smoke. I don't know what they are or why they're there, but they do exist, and there's nothing I can do about that. I do love watching the giant snowball rolling away, or ice ball, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, T. Don't just stand there, turn on the spot. There's no excuse for not knowing that in this generation of Monster Hunter. What are you doing? I will unreservedly refer to this person as T. Just go and hunt the monster. Just hunt the monster, because you're not actually helping by attacking me. I know you think that's what's needed, but it's really not. It's really not. I actually managed to evade that roar, because again, I don't have raw resistance. Don't have high-grade earplugs or anything of the sort. Well, earplugs of any varying efficacy. Where can I get the Doom Special Switch Axe walkthrough guide? Indeed, it is packaged with the Insect Glaive one. So, the assumption, of course, is that a person wouldn't want to learn how to use a weapon as shit as Switch Axe. So it's just sort of included as an aside to the Insect Glaive guide. Why the Insect Glaive guide and not something else? Well, it's because there is only an Insect Glaive guide. That's what I've invested in recently. So if you want the Insect Glaive guide, you can fucking get a Switch Axe guide if you really need it. Like, if you really want to use that weapon type, shit, just fucking get it, I guess. May as well have a bit of a look at what I have to say about it, but if anything, it's just going to encourage you to stop using it. Because I will explain fulsomely and comprehensively why Switch Axe is the worst weapon type in Monster Hunter. So, yeah. I'm a bit worried about this. You know what I don't fucking understand? And this is going to be included in my Switch Axe guide. I don't understand what that green puff of smoke is. I just don't get it. Also, I don't like this hunt. This is going to take too long. But you know what? It'll probably be fine to have this be the last hunt, so we'll just live with that. It's very nice of you to place a random bomb. I hope that was a mistake. I'm not bringing this monster all the way over there just for the bomb to have some kind of use to it. Yes, well, thank you, Autonomic. Shut up. I hate Switch Axe. Again, I said that I was doing it because I was feeling especially masochistic. I'm also getting green puffs of smoke. Does anyone know what they are? Can someone do a research? Can someone investigate, please, what the green puffs of smoke when using Switch Axe are? I don't know what they indicate. It might not even be specific to Switch Axe, but I'm telling you now that in many, many hours of play in this game, I've only just now noticed it, and I don't know what it is. It might be related to low sharpness, I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. I'm happy to continue with yellow sharpness here until I run out of Demon Riot. I really did attempt to roll out of the way of that, but it turns out that he's too fat. And that's okay, because he's not the only one. There's a whole continent of people who can also be characterized with that phrase. And we know which continent, ha ha ha. I feel a whole lot better about this Zamtrios confrontation. I feel like we're getting a whole lot more damage out. I suppose it has to do with the fact that he's not designed to literally piss you off with every move that he makes, which helps. Exhaust file now is green? Yeah, you're right. Exhaust files are now green. I hadn't even considered that possibility. It makes sense, but what the fuck? Exhaust used to be blue. How does it go from blue to green? Is that it's asleep. On a scale of 1 to 10, how stupid are you? It's fucking dead. Never mind, I thought it was sleeping. Well, there you go. I was referring to the guy who kept on shooting. But I guess I'm also stupid because I thought it was asleep. Can you not? Hey, I'm a carnivore, says Frailus. Okay. Cue the studio laughter, I guess. Well, good to know exhaust files now look ugly. They went from having a nice, clean blue effect to looking like someone let loose a noxious fart on the monster. Which is great. You know what's exhausting? Capcom's sensibilities when it comes to improving their games. They're both offensive to my sensibilities and, furthermore, illogical. Anyway. Fucking green puffs of smoke. What the hell? I need to consume a hot drink. At least I know what it is now. I actually didn't know that the Switch Axe had exhaust files, but it does make a lot of sense. At least I don't have to wonder what it is anymore. Yeah, interrupt my trance slash. I was saving it up for literally no reason. I was saving it up for the entire hunt only to get like 40% of its damage out. Which is not disappointing at all. Well, I'll use what little charge I have left. I'm not going to be able to get an actual burst out of that, unfortunately. How very regrettable. My damage, by the way, is 412. Just so that you know. It's good. Don't do that. That was an unintentional action. What the shape of that ice block is disconcerting, to say the least. It looks more harmful when it's shaped like that. I love that he has that attack where he falls on his back. That's so cool. I know I talked about it last time I was hunting Drill Tusk, but seriously, it's nice. Because it's unexpected. The first time you see it, you're just like, whoa, that's wild. That's unusual. But soon you start to recognize when he's about to do it, or at least when he's about to potentially do it, and then you get out of the way. I'm going to Demon Riot very soon. I, unfortunately, couldn't get out of the way of that. To get out of the way of that, I would have needed a run up to do a dive, but it happened so fast that I couldn't get that run up. So, too bad. Too bad. Oh, good. Got a knockdown. That was definitely me and nobody else. I'm the one who's piloting us to victory today. Without a doubt. It is an incontrovertible fact that I am the king of this hunt. Except for Frailus. I mean, you have to admit that that smoke bomb was helpful. But aside from that, I'm the king of this hunt. Stop it. Alright, I really would like to heal, but I can't actually resist the opportunity. It's a little dangerous to do that, but sometimes it's good to live on the edge. I don't think this Drill Tusk is going to last too long, although I think he is full health. In the case of the monsters that precede the arrival of Drill Tusk, they do have reduced health on account of the fact that they are, you know, spawning as a pair. But I do think that this one is full health. In other words, even if you were to hunt a Drill Tusk level 5 on his own, it would be the same amount of health as what we're doing here. No reduction in health whatsoever, is what I'm meaning to say. And I could have possibly communicated that in a less confusing fashion. Putting that barrel bomb on a dead Zamtrios was pretty clutch. I do agree. That strategy is exclusive to the Switch Axe guide, so if you want to really find out the specifics, you'll have to watch the Switch Axe guide. And I do actually hold some reservations about encouraging people to watch the Switch Axe guide, but you know. If you really want to learn about that maneuver, that's where you have to see it, I'll be honest with you. I'm not here to lie to you folks. Okay, literally him turning around is considered an attack, so that's very nice. Just letting you know, that thing is too big for your mouth. It looks very awkward and somewhat painful. I tried to roll through that, but didn't succeed in doing that. There you go, that's the end of the hunt. Nicely done, guys. That was a good team for a change. I guess the last time we had a good team was for the Deviljay hunt. Now to drag on the recording for 3 minutes, and then end at 2 hours. At least this hunt was able to be the last one. Because what it does is it saves me the frustration of having to possibly look for another room to get another hunt. Because there's never a guarantee that the room you're in is going to continue to be a good room to be in when it's time to do the next quest. So, yeah. I'm glad this one hunt ended up being long enough, almost for 2. Oh god. As far as Generations Ultimate recordings go, this one's been okay. Fine. Not bad enough to omit or proscribe from the, whatever you call it, VOD list on YouTube. But also nothing to write home about, as the Americans say. Write home about. Anyway. Doomlink, if you take such great exception to certain sayings, then don't use them seriously. I'm not even going to drag it on. I thank you all for watching. I will see you the next time I'm recording. It will be soon. I'm not going to allow a week or 2 to pass between now and the next recording. I will do more. Whether or not it will be Monster Hunter, I cannot say. It could be Monster Hunter, it could be something else. I'm not sure. But I bid you all farewell for now, and I do thank you for joining. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.